Batman, Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia, issue 2. Gabriel Hardman writing and on art. And his art's great. There's a whole chase here with Green Arrow and some trucks on the snow that and the ice that's just fantastic. With Oliver's like putting like trap arrows down to flip trucks, or like arrows that sort of hook onto the truck and then hook into the ice and all that stuff. Beautiful stuff.
I'm going, I can't believe that worked. Yeah, like
yeah. So Question's like in the like slave labor part of the camp, investigating that. Oliver's investigating up top. He's been chased by Batman, and Batman's like saying, "Hey Ollie, let's just talk about this and whatever." And Oliver keeps saying things like, "Oh, you're working for them, Batman? You're on their payroll?" And he's like, "I'm not working for them. I'm Batman. I'm independent. I'm just trying to look into what's going on here." I will say, because we are seeing, like, us the reader, we are seeing all the stuff that the Question's seeing underneath, with like all these like people who are being forced to work, and like they're not allowed to leave until they've like worked X number of hours and stuff like that. It does make Batman look a bit of an idiot until the end of the issue, where he just isn't believing what Oliver's telling him. And I'm like, you're going to have and obviously by the time we do see like everyone being like marched out towards the end of the issue because of what's going on, and it looks like a camp, like a prison camp, where they've got guns pointed at all these people who are lined up in rows, and then Batman's like, okay, you know what? I've seen enough. We have to stop this place. And I'm like, I feel like you could have just gotten to that conclusion a lot earlier, Batman. So that'd be maybe my one critique, is that it feels like Batman's been oddly stubborn about not... Like, I feel like Batman usually sniffs out the worst in people immediately. Yeah. But for some reason here, he's just like, no, I'm just here to investigate this one thing because of this terrorist group. That's all I'm investigating.
I feel like it's out of necessity, too, to have him have a conflict with Green Arrow through this issue.
Yeah.
Where he's like being willfully ignorant about everything because I got to figure out what's going on. I can't be distracted.
But it feels a little like a character though. Like, don't get me wrong. There's absolutely stories you can tell me where Batman like misses something or he's ignorant to something. But there's usually like a good, like it'll be like a storytelling thing or a character thing where like, oh, he's too focused on what's happening with, I don't know, like Selina, right? Selina's in trouble, so he's ignoring the signs that something else is happening, or it would say that he cares a lot about Selina. That's what it's telling you as a story. I don't know if the story here is actually telling me there's a reason why he's being stubborn or not seeing signs of something bad. Because the guy that's like brought him here, this rich guy, is so clearly a villain. Like, he's so like villainous in every way he speaks and everything he does, the way he's talking about the future and the new world order and all that. Like, he's so clearly a villain. We're building these floating cities and yada yada. I don't know. Anyway,
but not for everybody, for the highest bidder. And it's like, Bruce, you would, if this was Lex Luthor, you'd be punching him in the face.
Yes.
Yes. Like, just because he's not a supervillain, like, but I really loved all the stuff with the Question. I almost wish it was just a Question Green Arrow book, because I feel like those two starting at two different points and then meeting in the middle, I think that'd be a really good story. I feel like Batman's almost superfluous in it, where I almost felt like him not being here doesn't change, or him being here doesn't change anything throughout this issue. Right?
For the I mean, there's a couple of good scenes with Batman, but like, yeah, it would work without him for the most part. Like, he adds to the chase scene at the start because you've got him flying in the Batwing. The one scene that I did like, though, is he keeps saying that he wants unfettered access, and he eventually either gets it or just says, F it, I'm going to go take it myself. And this guard's like, hey, do you have like a pass to be in here? And Batman just scowls at him. That did make me laugh. Like, that was a funny moment, for the character. So
are you going to impede this investigation? And then he just keeps going.
It's like, okay, like that's fine. So that's whatever. But yeah, like the Question stuff where he's like seeing the horrible work conditions and the guards treating everyone poorly, but then seeing like the Resistance has got like some really smart plans about how, like, oh, in the chaos of this moment that they'll go into their secret entrance to go and plan something or whatever. That's fun. But we also find out later on as well that this group that the name they've been given isn't really a name they picked or something that they're trying to organize. They're just trying to resist what's happening here. But the billionaire's created this name because he wants a group to blame and say, hey, this group's a group of terrorists, blah, blah, blah. But that's not really what's been happening. They do try and assassinate the billionaire. To be fair, I suppose that is an act of some kind. But you know what I mean? It's like we see how horrific these conditions are. Like no one would blame anyone for trying to kill Hitler during 1944 or whatever. So. Yeah, you kind of get it, but yeah. So I mean, the art's gorgeous though throughout. Like it's so, and like I love how dark and moody all the stuff in the sort of the work camp, like underground stuff is, because it's all very moody and shadowy. And then you go to the 2-page spread of Oliver firing arrows like on the snow, so it's like all bright white with the green, and it pops really well. The art is gorgeous, and the art is definitely elevating the entire thing for me, like a full notch up from like what it would be otherwise. But it flowed really well,
it's
though.
Very moody, and it's very moody even in the light scenes, just because of the heavy inks.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's hitting that grim and gritty era of the 80s, which I think it's aiming for, right? That was in the solicits. That's what it's trying to return to, and it does. It feels like Longbow Hunters and the Batman of that era, that was more grounded, like Frank Miller, kind of, and the art just really speaks to that because of all of it. And I think the scene that gets me is the when they blow up the crane, and we get that action sequence where Oliver saves the billionaire, right? He pulls him out of harm's way and whatever. I think that was really well done.
Yeah, and obviously when Question first meets this group, they don't trust him and they like tie him up. But then when obviously he uses his last smoke bomb to get them out of Dodge, and they escape through like a sewer system, which again, all that stuff looks great as well. That's like a big thing. But yeah, I do love the moment though where like Oliver's done what he's been doing, like they're escaping in the underground part. This is when everyone's getting rounded up outside because of this assassination attempt. And Batman's like doing research inside, but he looks over at the computer monitor that's got the security camera on it, and he sees this happening outside. And that you can sort of see it in his face the moment where he realizes, oh shit, Green Arrow was right. This place is a slave labor camp. How have I missed this? Okay, I got to go be Batman about this. So yeah, the final issue is Batman going out and well, first he goes to the billionaire and tries to like ask him questions about what's going on. But the end of the issue is Batman showing up with it, because Oliver's been asking ever since he got arrested after the snow chase, like, can I have my bow back? Can I have my my stuff back? And the final page is Batman showing up out of nowhere and handing him his bow back and saying, okay, we need to stop this. So all three of them are together, as is the lady who's leading the resistance. She's been along for the ride with Question by this point. So
it's Ceres was the name of it. He goes, there is no Ceres. Rotha calls us that. He's fitting us into his narrative. So so he's that's what you're talking about the name. But yeah, also the billionaire knows that Batman's Bruce Wayne.
That's right, he calls him Bruce,
Yep, he goes, we're all on the same team, Bruce. And you're like, oh yeah, he ain't making it out of this. he's gonna slip and fall into the ice.
I mean, this is like a Black Label book, right? So it doesn't really matter. Like, it's not continuity, I suppose. But he's probably going to snuff it by the end in some way or another.
Right? Like, there's no way. But yeah, it's really good. I don't think it reached the heights of the first issue, where we got some of that more like the Question, grim and gritty investigation kind of stuff. The kind of 3-pronged attack.
I really liked all the stuff
kinda
with him, like him being in the work camp though, and sort of observing what's happening. I do actually really like all that stuff. So I don't know. For me, it's kind of 50-50 with the first one. I would say. It's not perfect. It's not without its faults. Like I said, the Batman side of it's a little bit strange to a point. But I admittedly though, his reaction of seeing like on the monitors, oh wait, this looks like a prison camp. Oh no. What I've made a huge mistake. He goes full Job.
Well, also like him going, Oliver's never gonna let me hear the end of this. Too. There's that vibe too. But yeah, they play off of each other so well. I do like the dynamic between Oliver Queen and Bruce Wayne, because they should be so similar and they're just not.
Like I said, I think the story is good. Maybe with a couple of things in it, but I think the art, really is propping it up. I do wonder if at a certain point it was meant to be a book that was just Green Arrow in Question, but it was like, hey, this will sell way better if Batman's in it, and put his name first. It might be the reason why it is the way it is, but There is good Batman moments in it. It just kind of feels a little bit weird how he's like not listening to Oliver when what Oliver's saying is so horrific.
Yeah.
It's like you should at least want to check this out, like at the very least.
Yeah.
But hey,
I was like, "You sure about that? I don't know, man. You're never right about things. I don't know if I should listen to you." Yeah.
That's all it really comes down to. But I mean, obviously it flowed really well because it's obviously a longer issue. It's like 30 something pages, but it went in nice and quick because it does flow well and the art's so good. So yeah. What are you giving Batman Green Arrow Arcadia issue 2?
I'm gonna give this an 8.
I think that's a fair score. I'm going to agree with that. 8 out of 10. Yeah, flaws for sure, but
and there's only 3 of these, right?
I think so. That's definitely felt like the cliffhanger getting into the final third. Yeah. Okay. So
I gotta remember if it was 3 or 4. So
yeah, I won't mind if it was a 4th one if I'm misremembering it, but it feels like we're getting to the final act.